Hello everybody, a certain reviewer here to review Index, New Testament, Volume 17. Alright. I'll be doing the prologue and the... Well, should I do the prologue? Okay, you know what, let's just... I'm gonna just... Because there's nothing in the prologue besides just the recapping of Kamisato's, you know, heroic deeds or whatever. So I'm gonna save the newer part for the... later on after Chapter 1, okay. So, basically it starts off with Touma and Fran hiding, you know, they're on the balloon and all that stuff, and they end up getting past Fran and the other girls, and there's a lot of exposition, well, not exposition, but a lot of regular, you know, Index style goofing around. You know, they talk about duck sauce, there's, you know, not, I was fixing to say hentai for a minute there. No, there's no hentai in this. Actually, I'm kind of surprised they never really talked about hentai, Touma and, like, someone else. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Well, actually, didn't... Okay, no, I'm going to track her. But, yeah, there's no... You know, the standard silliness, you know, fan service, all that stuff. But we do hit the point where, Fran does mention the fact that, you know, her cohorts, or whatever you call them, comrades, are watching Touma's friends and all this stuff. Because Touma did bring up the fact that he may need help, or he may want to ask someone. But she's like, nope, you can't do that, because they'll be keeping a close eye on your friends and your dorm and all this stuff, especially your school also. But she did mention the fact they wouldn't casually just attack them, because they don't know what they're capable of. Like Accelerator, for instance, which we don't know what happened to him still, which I'm kind of weirded out by. Like, did he lose them? Did they lose... Actually, no, did they lose him? Did he, like, get defeated? Like, I doubt he got defeated, but... I mean, come on, seriously. But, I don't know. It's kind of... but yeah. Allegedly to say they think they're unpredictable, and so they're not just gonna watch and they're not gonna, you know, fight. Unless, like, they're Hamazura, of course. They're like, if it's level 0, heck yeah, they'll freaking go in. So I feel bad for Hamazura on that part. But, she said this, a scream, and it just... But that sounded like Hamazura. No, but, yeah, apparently there's this organization also kind of in a van just kind of moving around. They're called Useful Spider, which is basically Academy City's disaster fixer people. And they're kind of going around saying, you know, nothing to fear, we will get order to Academy City and all this stuff. And, you know, Frank kind of think it's odd how because they announced their names, like the people that caused this, Touma, Kamijo, and Fran. And she just thought it was really odd how, you know, they knew her name and she never, like, lived in the city or was born in the city. And that, you know, of course, she thinks that the Kihara could have connections, Yujutsu, and she paid them or maybe told them about something. Which is possible, I suppose. But also we kind of see... The thing that weirded me out the most in this first chapter was Yujutsu just kind of been under the windowless one. Like, not like... I think it's like the... lowest level, I think that's where she was at. Which I think was underground, I think. Alistair's sex dungeon. But at least I think so. But she's kind of, you know, doing her Kamisato's nails, technically. And she's kind of saying, like, basically bragging and doing stuff with his hand that Salome doesn't exactly approve of, because she's using Salome as a stool. Or a little foot holder or whatever. I mean, it's a good thing her body's a freaking... They say cyborg, but she isn't really a cyborg. It's kind of dumb why Kimichi would say she's a cyborg. She's more magic body than cyborg, but, you know, whatever. Same thing, I guess. Apparently it's the same thing. Giving your body up to God for a freaking... You can't feel pain. Well, I don't know if she can feel... Okay, you know what, whatever. But, apparently... Yujutsu's really talking, like, some smack that, like, Alistair's gonna scream and, you know, have a fuss if I mess with his playthings or whatever. She's acting like Alistair isn't even there, which I thought at first, because at first I thought, oh no, it was Alistair that created the elements, but no, it was her. I'm like, okay, is Alistair even, like, is he off going to meet Laura? Or something? Because our last confrontation? Is he just... by the end of this, are we going to see, like, a dead Laura and just a whole bunch of freaking dead magicians and him just exiting the church? Is this what we're going to see here? But, I'm guessing Alistair isn't even in the city. Because I doubt he would approve of this. But, well, then again, he is Alistair Crowley. But, I don't know. I was on the impression Alistair was going to fight me. Maybe by the end of this he will, like, just kidnap her next arc. Maybe it's like a rescue arc. I don't know. But, yeah, apparently he's not even I don't know the situation. It's really tricky to say. I'm guessing he's just out of the city, but yeah. And Salome, of course, is just she's freaking mad. Like she is just having just a glare of "I'm gonna kill you," look to Yujutsu. Like she's mad. She's pretty, yeah. But later on, we do see Touma and Fran just kind of walking around trying to avoid people, and the city's freaking lost. There's people hanging people. There's just there's just apocalyptic events happening. Well, not events, but like people just breaking in stuff. Kind of. And the funny thing is, it was happening on the day of a supposed festival, like a Christmas festival or something, because there's still decorations up. And we do get to see Satan and Ueharu. Satan's kind of saying, "Hey, no, don't do this. You're a judgment agent, but you can't do this," or whatever. And Touma kind of avoids getting in, It kind of weirds me, the whole timeline of this, because shouldn't Touma know Satan kind of sort of know Touma and Ueharu from the Daihasei festival? I'm just saying. But yeah, he doesn't really get involved. But later they do get counter, like, by the way, he has like a bunny gray outfit on, which Frank kind of goes goo goo gaga over. And I guess that's her mascot she loves. I don't know. It was kind of weird. I guess she does like it. I was kind of weird, like, seeing that. Like, she didn't like more of admiration, like a little girl. Bunny gray. It was more like, oh, bunny, stuff like that. Like, brain dead, basically. But yeah. But they do encounter some people, like, hanging a supposed leader, and I don't know. It was maybe Kimichi was watching too much, I don't know what that show is. I don't know. They were calling him, like, corrupt, and you're a bad leader, we're gonna hang you, and of course they don't know the events of the city, they don't know the elements are gone, so Touma uses this to his advantage and, like, tosses some stuff over, uses a bomb, they run away. The guy apparently works for... He was like, he had nothing to do with this. Like, they just elected him the leader, and they didn't like the way he was doing things, and they just decided to kill him. Yeah. So he gives them, like, sort of like this little, okay, what do you call them? Digital card. What do you call them? I forget what you call them. The little information things on your computer. You know what I'm talking about. But he gives them that. Apparently it's information on Eastwell Spider or whatever, or some organization. I forget what it is. Yeah, worst reviewer ever be. But apparently they go off and they're gonna do their thing. And of course, Ellen and the others are following them. They see the piece of paper, that left. Don't. I forget what the piece of paper said. It was a message to. I know Tom was going to send a message to some of his friends, I'm taking page by 50 girls, don't ask, or whatever, because he wanted, one index and Aldinius. Use some knowledge and all that stuff, so he would send them a message. And they kind of see a piece of paper. It wasn't the same message, it was something else. I don't know. I read this last night, so my memory, I probably should have looked back at it, but, I feel like I'm covering this stuff so far. Useful stuff, anyway. But, yeah, they kind of go off, and apparently, I need to stop saying apparently. They're going to go off and do their thing and look up for information on Useful Spider and another organization, I think. But we hit back to Between the Lines, which normally, Between the Lines is really kind of weird sometimes. It's usually, what I remember is just useless banter from certain characters that no one cares about, and sometimes it's interesting banter with some interesting characters we care about. But in this case, Kimichi's been using that as sort of, I think, last chapter, I think last volume was, I forget the beginning. Yeah, it was like Yujutsu preparing the whole, switcheroo or whatever, or something. I don't think there was Between the Lines in the last volume, actually. No, I don't think there was. Okay. But, yeah. Apparently, we go back to Kamisato, who again ended up in the icy tundra, apocalyptic, frozen wasteland of Wood Rejector, which honestly I thought was kind of odd, because you're supposed to be transported to your own version of, I guess, Happy Land. But I guess he got blown back. He got blown a certain distance in World Rejector, or like how much force he got blown back from. So I guess he ended up in a different dimension or something. It was kind of odd, that was. But sorry, my computer was going dark. But yeah, it was kind of odd that, but yeah, he got beat the crap out of basically. And the magic gods apparently all have their freaking powers still. They just use their basic hand-to-hand combat on him. I mean, he's just bloody on the ground. Like, I feel bad for Kami. So this is like the second, well, yeah, this is like the second time he got beaten up. You know, Invisible Thing beat the crap out of him. Now Magic Gods have kicked him on the freaking ground. Just kicked dust in his face. Or ice in this case. But yeah. But yeah, all the Magic Gods are there. Nymphis, Nyanyang, the Chimera. Others who names I don't know. But High Priest and Zombie are not there because, you know, they're dead. But both killed by Alistair. But yeah, so basically they're kind of thanking him for sending them there because, you know, they no longer have to be careful. They don't have to, you know, watch their steps. They don't have to be so careful as to destroy the Earth. They can just chillax there, live peacefully like they always wanted to, supposedly. Which I guess makes sense because Alistair was the first person to really basically just crap in their cereal, basically, when he destroyed their place they lived. But, yeah. So, there's that, and they kind of thank him for it, and they're kind of treating it like a holy ground of sorts, which is kind of weird. Like, this is Magic God, our holy ground, you know, our you know, where we worship here or something, which, or whatever, I don't know, Yanang was kind of weird. But, they basically give Kamisato two options. You either leave or you die, which I'm guessing they don't mean leave, as in leave this place, World Rejector, because they may have the power to make him leave, which is possible, but, you know, because they are Magic Gods, of course they could mean leave, as in leave the area, you know, walk in this whatever world, you know, this frozen apocalyptic tundra of abandoned buildings, which is apparently where which I don't know, which I guess makes sense, you know, Magic Gods will want a world with no one in it, so they can just do whatever, but I guess, I don't know. But, yeah. So, or either that or they just freaking kill him, which, I'm going to be honest here, most of the fandom would appreciate. Kamisato just biting the dust. Hey, at least he can die epically, you know? Go by a Magic God, you know? I mean, it's, nothing really remains of that, you know? I mean. And apparently Nymphis is there, too, which I was under the impression that once, you know, you die, but apparently if you get hit by World Rejector, you just go back to World Rejector regardless of how you die. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But, yeah, this chapter was pretty good start for what, very survival-y, very Last of Us-y, except without the zombos and stuff. I like the apocalyptic situation. It's a nice turn. Just the remnants of a festival, and just it's getting colder there, and it's still day to my what I know of. So it's not night yet. Which, well, actually, okay, never mind. But yeah, apparently this. I'm looking forward to see how useful Spider is when connected with Yujutsu, or connected to Alistair. I don't freaking know. But yeah, it'll be nice to see. Just like it'll be nice to see like Misaka, because I do know Misaka's in this and all this. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to go up. From the spoilers, what I've read, I'm kind of hyped for what's going to happen, but I don't know the whole story. It's just I only know those certain scenes, so I'm looking forward to more how the story, how the progression leads up to that specific scenes that I've seen on spoilers. But yeah, tell me you guys your thoughts. I think I covered everything. That's yeah. Forgive me for not remembering the guy, because it was sort of sudden, and it was just, he just works for useless fodder. I'll just say that. But yeah, what do you guys think? You think Kamisato's gonna die? Because sure, why not? You know, I mean, here I was thinking Nymphis was freaking dead, but she isn't. But I guess since, okay, it makes sense, I guess. But you know, whatever. I don't freaking care. But yeah, so you think Kamisato's gonna die? You think they're gonna just teleport him out of World Rejector, or is he just gonna freaking walk in this icy tundra of nothing, basically? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be viewing Chapter 2 whenever that comes out. I think it's pretty close. I think it's 12 pages of 17, which is pretty freaking long. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.